The body of the Golf is eternal, that's what the mechanics say. The metal is perfectly protected against corrosion and galvanized on both sides. Despite the years, you can find a car in very good condition. Outwardly, the classic forms of the body does not look outdated. Volkswagen has always been good at making cars that don't look outdated over the years the way Asian cars do. Problems could occur with door locks. This is a common failure for all cars built on a common A4 or PQ34 platform. Also, over time, some onboard equipment can also fail. The fan of the stove hums at first, and then just stops. The power windows on the doors refuse to raise the windows properly, and the power window buttons on the driver's door are often replaced due to wear or water ingress. Salon at the Golf, the 4th generation, is quite functional even today. The rear seats can be conveniently folded into a separate proportion. There is plenty of space for second-row passengers, and you can get a person of any build behind the wheel. What can I say? After all, this is the standard for landing and accommodating passengers and cargo in its class, which all competitors were equal to at the beginning of the 2000s. There were more than enough powertrain options. The base gasoline engine 1.4 16 volts, AHW, AXP, AKQ, is quite popular in Ukraine. The main problem of the motor is a weak and short-lived throttle. Moreover, it cannot be repaired, only replaced. The most popular engine is 8-valve 1.6 E/AKL. A reliable and time-tested engine was then installed on the Skoda Octavia Tour for a long time. This power unit did not surprise with power characteristics, but showed good traction on the bottoms. The motor is simple and reliable structurally. Common problems are a radiator cooling fan and fluid leaks through the water pump gasket. The next demanded gasoline engine was a 2-liter one with factory indexes APK/AQAZH/AZJ. Good engine. Of the main problems, only the desire to constantly eat up oil. But this problem lends itself well to repair. For hot drivers, you can find versions with a turbo engine, 1.8-liter AGU, ARZ, AUM. This motor has already become legendary, thanks to its wide distribution for the entire VAG model range, Skoda Octavia Tour, Seat Leon, Audi A3, and good performance. Of the main weaknesses are the flying ignition coils and the crankcase ventilation system, where the problem valve is. Also, the phase regulator may require replacement after 120 to 150,000 km. The turbine, with normal oil and regular replacement of the air filter, lives without problems. But if, nevertheless, the time has come to replace it, and based on the age of the car, this is no longer rare, it is quite possible to buy a non-original good quality turbine for Golf 4. Among the gasoline engines there were also options 2.3 VR5, 2.8 VR6, 3.2 R32, VR6, but this is already a rarity. The 5-speed manual with the factory index 2 is the most problematic. If the first one turns on problematically, then this is the norm for this box. Manual transmission is not for sports driving. With an active drive, the differential rivets break and the box crankcase is destroyed. Automatic is a rarity for Golf. Those who got a car with a 4-speed automatic are very lucky. This box is reliable and there are no problems with it. Only the oil needs to be changed in it every 60,000 km. The chassis of the Volkswagen Golf 4 is no different in design from its competitors. McPherson struts in front, and a simple semi-independent beam in the back. But how does it all work? Driving this model is a pleasure. The car handles well and handles the road well. In general, if you use high-quality spare parts for repairs, then there will be no problems with the running system. There are no structural weaknesses in it. As for the resource, for original spare parts it is as follows: silent blocks of the front lever 60 to 80,000 km, stabilizer struts 40 to 50,000 km, support bearings of the front struts, up to 40,000 km. Everything is very easy to change, and there are no problems with maintenance. Just like the steering rack, which does not live longer than 150,000, it is restored without problems. Shock absorbers with the bad roads package are tougher, but more tenacious than European counterparts, and it is better to install them. The braking system Golf 4 will not create problems. There is only one fly in the ointment, the brake light switch. But this problem is cheap and solved quickly. Brake discs and pads are inexpensive to replace, and there are a lot of replacement options. When buying a Golf 4 for yourself, be sure to check the operation of the handbrake and the condition of the brake hoses. The handbrake cable is stretched, and it's just time to replace the hoses. If you gravitate towards the German classics, then this option is for you. Here everything is thought out in German and sustained in the spirit of conservatism. Do not forget that many copies have already passed even more than 500,000 km. And some have exchanged the second million, so many components and assemblies will definitely require replacement. But if you manage to find a live copy, where the previous owner was a conscientious and accurate motorist, then Golf 4 will not create problems for you for a long time. At the same time, it is worth saying that spare parts for the fourth Golf are not expensive. In addition, they are offered in a wide range. Reviews about the operation of the VW Golf 4 are numerous and widely represented on the internet. The main thing is that most owners are satisfied with the car and are real fans of the Volkswagen brand.